So we all know that owning an RV is a big investment, but we also know that water is one of the biggest things that can destroy that investment. So today I'm going to show you how to reseal your roof. All right, to inspect the sealant on your roof, it's really not that hard. As you can see here, I resealed where the screws are for this vent. A lot of the times the screws start poking through, and then water will get into those holes where the screws are poking through. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And you want to make sure none of your sealant is loose and lifting up. And then a lot of times as it starts getting older, the sealant will start cracking, and then you need to take care of it. So I cleaned this off before and I resealed it a couple times. So now it's time that this sealant needs to come completely off, and we're going to go ahead and just reseal this vent. All right, so what I do to get the sealant off, I just get some plastic scrapers and I just go around and start scraping the sealant off. You just got to be careful that you do not dig into your roof. You don't want to damage that. So just be really careful when you're scraping all this sealant off. So let's go ahead and start getting it off. Okay, so the easiest way that I found to scrape this sealant off is just work from the outside in. So once you start getting it up, then you just keep working in, and then you get it to lift off. So it's not too bad. It is time consuming, but it's definitely worth it. So let's continue getting this off. I'll show you how to clean it, get the area prepped, and then we'll get it sealed. Okay, now that I got all the old sealant off, now it's time to prep the surface to get it ready for all the new sealant. So all I use is a rag and some rubbing alcohol. So we're gonna get this surface cleaned so we can get the new sealant down. All right, I got all the surfaces cleaned with the rubbing alcohol. I'm gonna go ahead and get a broom and sweep all the stuff out of the way, but I'm gonna let this sit and dry for a couple minutes before I put the new sealant down. Okay, now that it's time to seal the roof, there's two different sealants that I use for the roof. I use the Dicor lap sealant, the self-leveling for the top of the roof, anything that's on the flat surface, and then on the sides of the roof, I'll use the Dicor lap sealant. That's the non-leveling and non-sag. So for the top of the roof, flat roof, use the self-leveling. On the side of the roof, use the non-leveling, non-sag for the sides of the roof. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the sealant put down on the vent here. Also, if you guys are curious about any of the products or tools that I'm using in this video, I'll link them in the description. They are Amazon links. So if you wanna go check them out, that's where they're gonna be. And as you can see here, I'm kind of doing like a circular motion when I'm putting down the sealant, almost like you're welding. The reason why I'm doing that is it's helping kind of get all the air pockets out of the sealant. Now, after you have this done, after you seal the whole thing, go back around and check and make sure you don't have any air pockets. What you do, you just kind of pop them and reseal that area. And then it takes about a month for this to completely cure. When you're doing this, do the circular motions. It helps get as much air pockets out as possible. And then I also, about a week after I do this, I'll get back up on the RV and just double check everything to make sure there's no air pockets that formed. And then I'll go ahead and take care of those. I'll pop them and reseal them. All right, so there it is. It's really not too bad to do. It is time consuming, but it's definitely worth it. And for me, I like doing this myself because it saves money, so we can go and use the RV more often than paying somebody to do this, because it's really not that hard. Like I said, it's just time consuming. So if you guys have any questions about doing this, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. But you guys have a good one.